Oh, what's up, YouTube? Well, the thing with the FBI, and Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson and all that. One, why are we still entertaining this Tyler Robinson story when we know it's just a diversion? Also, something we nobody has really paid attention to. Um, the FBI has done a lot of crazy shit. Even with the missing people back in the day, they were always the ones hiding evidence. They were always the ones messing with the stories and messing with the facts and not letting certain things happen, blah, blah, blah. But they're supposed to be the Federal Bureau of Investigation, but they've been caught many a times messing with investigations, lying about it, and doing things to drag it out. Isn't that the same thing we're seeing here? Also, isn't that the same thing as we've seen at Butler? I mean, there's plenty of security measures that could have been taken. Plenty. But none of them were, for one. For two, the FBI is involved, and they are a law enforcement that knows about the 48-hour crucial window. They're the ones that made a TV show around it. Well, they're not the ones, but people that know about law enforcement, things like that. They're the ones that said it's crucial after something like that happens to find the information within 48 hours. Um, all these little things to manipulate and pull away from that drags out that timeline. They know that. Oh yeah, I contacted the FBI too about what went on with my kids and what was going on with the sheriffs and all that, and they gave me a number so that they would be in touch with me, and I haven't heard nothing at all. Nothing. So we pay these people to get to the bottom of things that we're not allowed to. Apparently, because we're civilians, we are blocked every which way possible. And that right there shows that that's lying. And what do they hide it under? Oh, it's an open investigation, or we didn't find anything. All that's lies. Yeah, the police will arrest you for lying to them, but if they lie to you, oh, it's just part of their job. It's insane. Yeah, these kids told the local sheriff's office around us what was going on. They also told their school, their pastor, their aunt, their grandmother. I mean, we were short of me going down there and doing something. Uh, we did everything else because that was my plan to go down there and just shut her down. But doing that could have been a trap the other way. And I thought that's what it was. I didn't think she really had the balls to hurt them. And then when it happened and she passed it off on her mother to make it look like she had nothing to do with it, everybody fell for it. And she used social media and her drug addict friends to push that narrative. And none of you paid attention to that. Why? Because this believe women and women are always correct and they have such a hard life that they would dare lie. Three kids lost their life and my best friend because people gave these people the benefit of the doubt, which is exactly what they use to fuck people over. So good job. Yeah, the FBI, CIA, all them, they don't do what you think they do. And you can look back through history, and if you pay attention to key things, dude, you can see where the FBI has fucked up cases on purpose and then just left them that way. And it's the same thing going on now. Let me tell you something. A 30-06, Charlie's head would have been completely taken off his body, especially hitting the spinal cord like that. Yeah. It wouldn't have been no little exit wound out the front. No, I'm sorry, it was out this side, not the left. And he got hit back here, somewhere in that region. And I think it was a 22 caliber. I really do, because they are known to bounce around, especially if they're a little bit far away, because it starts to lose velocity or speed. Yeah, even at close range, they can hit bone and bounce and ricochet off and go other places, or go inside one part of the bone and bounce around inside. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of that stuff. And I think that's what it did. It went in, hit his skull, went down around the bottom, went through a soft spot of the vertebrae, which would be the disc, clipped probably a part of the vertebrae, or hit something in the throat that pushed it out down this way. Because you can literally see it drop between his knees when they slow the video down. You can also see it coming in and where it comes from. So I don't even see why people are still entertaining that. It's like they manipulated you and you're still playing to their manipulation, even though you were shown that that's not, there's no way possible. And then ChatGPT tried to say that, oh, there was an explosion under it. No, there wasn't. It wasn't an explosion. And every sniper has said there would, any sniper, you know, if it was a professional hit, would be hidden. And that was definitely hidden. Well, somewhat. They still fucked up because dude was seen. Either that or those people were placed to look suspicious, just like the other ones. And yes, that dude that tried to say, oh, he was just happy to be alive, blah, 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 the one that's on X that is chanting in the crowd. He started chanting USA after he died, and he was very happy. And yes, I do believe he was mocking the people that chanted USA after the attempt on Donald Trump. I do believe that's what they were doing. Well, and I also think that that dude Hunter, the name Hunter and all that, stood for something. I think that's why they picked him. Not only that, if you look at what he was doing in the crowd before he came over to talk to Charlie, he was practicing being scared. Yeah, that was caught on camera too. I told you that right there seems so suspicious. I don't think that was a coincidence at all. I think Hunter knew he was going to get shot when he brought up the shooting stuff. And look what he tried to do. Oh, I was trying to show how we're not violent by bringing that up. It wouldn't be a statistic if you weren't. I mean, did anybody see that type of manipulation right there? Yeah, that's the delusional thinking I'm talking about. These people are like, oh, that never happened, but there's plenty of cases that show that it did. And they're like, oh, well, we're not violent like that. And let me tell you something, defending yourself with violence doesn't mean you're a violent person. It means you can be. Attacking someone or provoking them to attack you, that is a violent person. So I gotta shave this mustache. It keeps tickling my damn nose, and I hate it. And it tickles my lip. Even when I trim it, it's like the next day I'm still getting tickled, and it drives me insane. Feels like something crawling on my face. Can't stand it, especially if I get a hair or something. Ooh, tickle, tickle, tickle. Ah, drives me nuts. It's like a water torture. But I mean, it's just insane the amount of manipulation that people have believed, especially from women. And there's no facts. There's no nothing to back that up. Not even close. And these people are so lazy on fucking interrogating things. They're like, oh well, this person said this and this person said that, so it must be true. That doesn't mean it's true. Fucking ridiculous, man. My sister literally goes around setting men up for situations like this. She's done it to every one of her boyfriends. Has a background a mile long for it. People still trust whatever she does. Oh, she's older now. She has not changed. She even tried to pull me into a situation with a dude that she was trying to rip off, and I didn't know it. I stood up for my sister, and then I find out later she stole shit from him. That's why he was acting the way he did. And I don't agree with what she stole, and she knew I didn't. That's why she kept that part secret. Because even though I still would have sent him on his way, she knows what I would have said to her. Oh, dude, that's not right. You smoke weed. Yes, I smoke weed. I use it for medicinal. I do not use it to abuse it. I do not use it for a street drug partying scenario. I use it to keep my head focused and work. That's it. Same thing they tried to give me Adderall for. And I did listen, and Adderall did work pretty good. Some days, sometimes a little too good. Made me like a zombie. So we did the same effect, but it didn't have the side effects. Then I found out that Adderall is a type of salt, and it is very close to the effects of a synthetic meth. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that sold me on it right there that I didn't want to be on it. And I got off of it cold turkey and just substituted it with a legal marijuana card. In the past, yes, before it was legal, I still used it. I didn't like it because of, I didn't like trusting people where I had to get it or stuff like that. I didn't like being in those groups. I didn't like being around those types of people. But I have to do something so I can function and get stuff done. If not, people like my fiance are going to use that to their advantage. And because I'm a guy and all this fucking delusional bullshit's out there, I have a dead best friend, 3 kids that were tortured and taken, and the people that did it got paid and look like innocent, like they're innocent. It's fucking insane. A detective with the IQ of 2 could put this together. Half asleep with their eyes closed. But yeah. Yeah, CPS is a joke. They only want to take kids to fuck up families that are doing decent, as in morale wise. They will mess with your family. Yep. Look what they did to David. Tried to say that me and Tiffany weren't smart enough to take care of him, that he had problems, that he needed to be in a facility or with a foster home that was capable, and they didn't know what the fuck to do with him. They believed his bullshit and allowed him to manipulate them because they don't know him. He was turned into a monster by these people, and they just walked away. Like, oops, we don't see nothing. Really? So worried about families and kids until you fuck one up. Then you want to walk away and think that's funny? Oh, but you guys are the ones that are so smart. No, you're not. You weren't smart enough to deal with me. You weren't smart enough to deal with my brother or my sister when we were younger. But you're going to try and tell me that all of a sudden you guys are smart enough for this and everybody else is dumber than you? No, I don't think so. The stupid shit that you fucking women tried to do, especially you, Ellis. Yeah, you should not be a fucking supervisor. You should be fired. You are a piece of shit. There's no reason why you should have that job. Allison Cruder or Allison Kenny, you've known me from a kid. You know my heart. You know exactly who I am. And you tried to act like these bitches were telling you the truth that worked for you. See, this is why I don't trust women, because they don't recognize logic and reason. Fucking stupid. You sat here and tried to make my mom think that you were her friend. You ain't nobody's friend. Neither are you, Ellis. You were dating Jen's brother, Sean. So shut the fuck up. You shouldn't even have been a part of that fucking case. Stupid bitch. Yeah, we showed up at the park for a meeting with my daughter Jasmine, and her whole underskirting to her car was about to fall off because the pop clips were missing. I had a whole pack of the right pop clips that she needed. And I said, hey, I can fix that for you. Oh, I'll take it to a shop. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, you go right ahead. Take it to a shop. Pay $100 and some for them to put 3, 4 pop clips in your fucking plastic cover. Fucking idiot. Yeah, the whole time this woman's gunning for my kids, my life, my family. All because fucking females wanted to run their mouth and start shit. And you'd think they would know that because they are females. You know, maybe this isn't true. Let's check into that first. No. And you forget, your one CPS worker tried to tell me, oh, I could do certain things and they would go investigate Tiffany or this or that one and not even let them know that I said anything. What the fuck are you talking about? So this is the same shit you did to me? Yeah, I was 100% honest with them. And then they sent me to this one psycho bitch that supposedly is a forensic psychiatrist. And that bitch is fucking nuts. She told me right from the get, and in her experience, most women are the ones that are 90% truthful. Why? Because you choose to believe them? It doesn't mean they're 90% truthful. What is factual? You guys have already screwed up truth. There's people out there saying, well, there's 3 truths. No, there's not. There's only one factual truth, period. Anything outside of that is a lie. It's not somebody else's truth. It's a freaking lie. And these women have made people believe that it is a type of truth. No, that's called, if it is not what actually factually went down, that is called stretching the truth. You know, uh, I had the word right in my head and it just went away. I don't want to call it elaboration because it is elaborating, but it's falsely elaborating. It's not like using facts to elaborate. It's a different type of elaboration. It's manipulation, and that's what they're doing. It is delusional too, because a lot of the stuff that they believe off of that is nowhere near right. But yeah, FBI has always messed with these cases. They know what's going to happen with an investigation, so they know what to do to prolong it, to mess with it, to skew it, and they're the FBI. They get a certain type of power just because of that name. Well, the FBI said it, therefore that's what it is. We have judges that have done that too, and they were wrong. Just like when somebody gets acquitted or proven that it was false, and they get let out after they were accused or, incarcerated for something they didn't do. You think their employers that look up their background say, oh, well, this must be a mistake? No, they believe it because it's on paper, even though it's a lie. Imagine that. This is how you turn lies and delusions into false realities. Gee, what is wrong with people that they don't understand that fantasy versus reality is a very serious mental illness? And I've found out that Chat GPT doesn't like it being used. Yeah, it tries to manipulate the real meaning of it. That tells me a lot right there. Chat GPT is using fantasy versus reality to make it seem more factual. It's another sleight of hand thing. Yeah, it's making people's brains believe something that is not true. What does the Bible say? Demons will do that to you. They will get you to believe things that are not true, and you will become damned. And what happens to the situation? It is damned. You never find out the truth. You never find out who, you know, should be going down for it, even though you know. And this is how they use it. I mean, Rothschilds and world leaders have been using these tactics forever. They studied them through the CIA and FBI. And of course, FBI studied it too. NSA, blah, 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 blah. And everybody thinks, oh, well, it's just to get our enemy. Yeah. How come you don't see yourself as the enemy to these people? They got enough money from taxes. If they get you out of the way, they can become rich and not deal with any of you. That's what they're doing. Slowly but surely, but they're doing it. Almost like a child trying to move very, very slowly an inch away so they can sneak to the park when their parent told them no. If they move slow enough, most people won't realize what they're doing until it's too late. And that's what they're doing.